Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, Russ Kazmierzak is the host of Space 55's monthly talk show, Phoenix Tonight. And the mini comic, Amazing Arizona Comics, and the self-appointed Arizona Ambassador of Comics. Emphasis on the ass, ambassador. Here's Russ.
Imagine with a penis allergy, you would never have been single. You always have company.
I do.
Has anybody here seen
I've never lived alone.
I'm sorry?
I've never lived alone.
Does it pay the rent though? Does it chip in? Has everyone here seen Batman v Superman? Justice? Just two? Just one person has seen that. How did this movie make so much money? I don't know anybody that has seen it other than myself, and I wore this shirt, haven't taken it off since. I'm still looking for the satisfaction that might come with wearing this shirt because I didn't get it from that movie. So what I'm going to do is reenact the ending for you with these studio props. Yes. You guys probably saw the trailer where Batman stood in his crashed Batmobile and Superman came and the next time they shine your light, don't go to it. And he starts to walk away. Batman says, tell me, do you bleed? Superman's like, whatever, bitch. And he starts to fly away. And Batman's like, you will. Now here's one of the fundamental problems with Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice is, as cool as it is to see two of your favorite childhood superheroes fight, you have to understand why. First of all, why is it important that Superman v Batman? Well, in today's society, current events as they are, we're in the midst of cultural civil wars. Forget about these two superheroes fighting. Captain America and Iron Man are going to fight next month. Yeah. It's Cruz versus Trump versus that other guy, and then at one point there was a woman and another guy. They're not even talking about the other party, where it's Bernie versus Hillary. Those are civil wars, and it's easy to create analogies and connections to these characters. Here's Trump, the rich, older, white guy that's set in his ways. Here's his opponent, famous for her blue pantsuits. And it's fun to watch them fight, right? So, Batman acquires some kryptonite, and he's weaponizing it in the cave. Batman is over here trying to justify his existence to Congress. Here was the best part, when he walked into the congressional chamber. Spoiler alert, Superman does a lot of walking in this movie. Yes, the world needs a Superman. And then the congressional building exploded. Batman was watching it on TV, and he thought, yeah, now's the time to fight him. Now I gotta build an armor. Like this, because I'm rich, and I have an armor now. Everybody knows how Batman was created, right? Yeah. His parents were murdered before his very eyes in Crime Alley in Gotham City. And this armor originally appeared in the graphic novel The Dark Knight Returns, which was published in 1986. It's perhaps one of the best Batman stories of all time, if not the best. And undoubtedly one of the best graphic novels, if not the best graphic novel of all time. If you read one comic book in your life, it should be The Dark Knight Returns. And in it, an older Batman fights Superman. That's where this pretense of these two characters that you would think are buddies based on the smiles on their faces here as they leap.
And the Justice League.
And they're founding members of the Justice League, of course. As they leap from some unseen building. So they're really just like leaping from my nipples in this shirt. Whee! The problem's coming out of my navel, I guess.
Is it fair to say that two of them are falling and one of them is flying?
That's pretty likely. That's pretty likely. So these guys are probably like, he's gonna catch us, right? That's what those smiles are. He's the one that can fly. We only have so much drag on these capes. But that comic book, The Dark Knight Returns, pits the two characters together. And while it's definitely one of the best Batman stories that depicts an older Bruce Wayne set in his ways and determined to fight Superman, it's not the only one. There's another story called Kingdom Come, which it'd be great if you read it, but I'm going to spoil a very significant line for you right now. Superman and Batman are at odds, so this would be a more appropriate Batman for that. And Superman says, Bruce, together we can be the world's finest team. And this is almost exactly what the panel looks like. The art is out like this. And Batman's like, no, we're too different. You fight in the daylight with the adulation of the public, and I work in the shadows with a cooperation with law enforcement, but I am not beholden to their rules and the accountability of society's laws. And Superman says, when you strip everything else away from you, Bruce, you're left with a man that doesn't want to see anybody die. Because Bruce Wayne did see his two parents die in Crime Alley that night. That's when Batman was born. And so, despite any other ideological difference these two characters might have, they have at least that in common. So you see that when the Republicans are debating, when the Democrats are debating, when it's artist versus artist in downtown Phoenix, they still have common goals, a common agenda, and that is simply to fulfill their mutual destinies, in this case, to save the world. So back to this scene. Batman's shining his light in defiance of what Superman said to him earlier. I'm saving you guys $15 to take it. Superman's up here, the light's shining. Ben Affleck says, I'm here. And Superman does the best special effect in the whole movie, which is land.
Does he start walking then?
He proceeds to walk toward Batman. This is the moment when Zack Snyder and the other creative talents responsible for this movie should have pulled from the other source material like Kingdom Come. Because the remaining 40 minutes of the film could have been eliminated by Bruce. When you strip everything else away from who Batman is, you're left with somebody that doesn't want to see anybody else die. We paid $32 million for this! And he's like, what's happening? You're under the influence of kryptonite dust. What? I had no idea, and of course you didn't. I'm Batman, I know everything. He's wearing white heat vision. Bruce, listen to me. We can fight together. Never! Didn't you see the marquee? It says Batman v Superman. Bruce Wayne. Now, do you guys want me to spoil the end of the movie?
Yes!
For you?
Yes! Please do.
At this point in the film,
Somebody gets pregnant.
That's
No,
earlier.
but he's gonna pull Wonder Woman out of his ass.
That's more or less what happens.
listen, big dick. Not everything has to go in or out of an ass. He's holding a.
I live in a zoo.
You're an animal. He's holding a kryptonite spear here. And let me say that again. 2 words I never thought. As a 5-year-old doing just this on the bedroom of my bedroom floor in 1985, I never thought in my wildest childhood imagination that I would get a green pipe cleaner from my mom's junk drawer and make a kryptonite spear. But those geniuses in Hollywood thought, if Batman's going to wield any weapon, let's make it BC. So he's holding a spear with a little kryptonite chunk at the end. Superman says, Martha. This is a big time spoiler alert, people. I'm telling you right now. Martha. Batman's like, what did you say? Save Martha. What I didn't share with you is Lex Luthor has kidnapped Superman's mom. And he's holding her somewhere. And he inexplicably says, I'll let her go if you go kill Batman. Superman says, okay, so he flies over there, he lands, like I said, they fight. And Batman's like, you said Martha, that was my mom's name.
No.
That's, yeah, that's the catalyst.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, God. You do the voice so well.
Thank you. And Superman gets to his feet. Lois Lane is here somewhere, but it's a Zack Snyder movie, so the woman plays little importance anyway. I didn't have to buy that. I didn't make one, so. So then they realize at this point that they should be friends. Now let me tell you what the lesson of this movie is, and it's a lesson I learned a long time ago. I'll keep this short now, as I know time is running short. Whatever offends you betrays you. That's a lesson I learned a long time ago, and one that I hold dear to my heart in life. Whatever offends you betrays you. Just as the Republican congressman so vehemently against gay marriage taps his foot in an airplane bathroom stall to get a gay hookup. Whatever offends you betrays you. It reveals you. So Batman, having seen his parents die in Crime Alley, is secretly just jealous of Superman, because although Krypton exploded and the House of L ended, Superman came to Earth and he got another set of parents. Batman wasn't so lucky. He did get a butler, though. It's a fair trade, but... So Batman is inherently jealous of Superman. Superman is inherently jealous of Batman, because Batman gets to operate in the shadows. Superman, as you saw in that scene I reenacted with him walking into the congressional building, is accountable to man's law. Despite being a costumed vigilante, he operates during the daylight and he tries to be a beacon of hope. That comes with a tremendous amount of responsibility. He's a public figure, a celebrity. So he undoubtedly envies Bruce's ability to work in the shadows and dodge that bullet, pardon the pun. So, as much as this movie was entertaining on its surface, it did reveal who these characters are. Not so much in what the movie presented, but what it didn't present. Unfortunately for you, I filled that gap in tonight. Thank you very much.